Before we start the show, we just want to let you know we're a part of Bard Rock Network, sponsored by Dragon Master Games. Dragon Master Games is a local game store with an online storefront where you can get TTRPG products and collectibles, including trading cards. Just go to their website in the show notes and write in the comments, Bard Rock Network sent you. You can also support the network by subscribing to our Patreon or Ko-fi to access network-wide bonus content, get shoutouts on network shows, receive network swag, and get invited to our several annual community game nights. Anyway, on with the show.
Hello, and welcome to Bard Rock Cafe episode, I'm told I'm supposed to do 53 and a half. I'm Paul, and this is the one-man show because Kenny told me to go do this by myself, which is, I've never done a one-man show before. I sure wish there was someone here to, play role so I could bounce off someone.
Now recording.
Oh, not Craig! That's not what I meant. That is not what I meant at all. I've only ever had one other person voice double role, so, I don't know. If I just summon Marty, that would work, I guess.
What are you doing in this room by yourself?
I was getting ready to record that podcast episode Kenny was talking about last time where I'm supposed to play by myself. I don't know what he was expecting. But hey, I don't suppose you could just play role for me for this.
I've voice doubled role before, if you need help.
Alright, cool. Just be like your regular voice, but meaner and slimier. That's the guidance I would give you. And now the problem is we're playing a tabletop-based improv game, and we don't have a dungeon master. Where am I going to find one of those on short notice?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh, hey, Christina, perfect timing.
I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
Oh, no,
You're
actually.
being volunteered.
Yes,
for service.
Kenny told me to record this episode of the podcast that's about my character all by myself, and we kind of, Marty's oh, hey, I can play role, but we need a dungeon master to, mediate so it's not just us doing sparkling debate.
It was kind of last minute, but yeah, I guess I can.
This is like jury duty, but for podcasts.
All right, awesome, because you're one of 3 people who have the wild magic tables. That makes this so much easier.
You guys were in the night court still?
Previously on Bard Rock Cafe, we had a bunch of stuff with the spring court coming because their lord is trapped inside this necklace Rook has secretly been hiding. But that's not really relevant to this episode. The relevant part is Brock talked to Mortimer after finding out Mortimer is Vecna's phylactery. I was like, hey, you have a dark side? I have a dark side. I have any life advice for me about how I should handle that? And Vecna basically said, hey, I lost to my dark side, and now I'm a book. Don't lose to yours. Now Brock, in the free time he has, because we've been told to rest for the night, is trying to figure out, with Malil's help, how to convince Roll to submit to the spell ceremony so they can realign their alignments and Roll can go back to being the benevolent spirit he once was. Everyone's told to go do your own thing, and the Night Court, the party capital of the Feywild, starts doing their party thing, and Brock just steps out, he asked me to leave, hey, the thing I talked to you about, can you give me some guidance here, what I should do?
Malil looks over at you and nods, because I'm not about to try to replicate Kenny's voice, and can't do that, but will nod, and sort of gesture through the crowd, and in the crowd, you see this owlin that resembles a snowy owl. And sort of gestures for you to follow him as you walk over to this owl. It seems like there's been a conversation that the two of them have telepathically, which has not been uncommon in this court. So it's very easy to kind of catch on that that is what's happening. And she gives a small nod, and she turns and does a small bow with her wings spreading out. I'm told that you have a bit of a problem with yourself that you need to sort out.
That's mostly accurate. My other half, I guess, is what you would call him.
Understood. I find myself here, but I'm a bit of a traveler normally myself anyway. If you want to come with me, I have an area that this might work better to sort this out at.
Lead the way.
Cool.
Is it particularly far?
No, not at all. I don't even think we have
Okay.
to go outside, technically. It's still inside, for now, unless it moved.
Okay, I was above game. Brock was trying to decide whether or not he should use his arcane secret, which is find greater steed.
Oh. if you want to.
It's just to be incredibly extra. I summon an alpaca and ride it through the night court.
Oh my, all right. Is that going to eat any books, or is it...
No, it's a
house
spectral
trained?
alpaca. It's fine. It's not like a real alpaca, like it's a physical. You're real. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to mean that. No, it doesn't eat.
All right. If it eats any of my books, we're going to have words. She'll start to lead both of you to the side room with a door that sort of magically appears, and you go in, and it's this library. For anyone who hasn't listened to any of the Bard Rock episodes, is Vaya, the keeper of books and lore.
I'm so excited to see Vaya again. Baragon looks over, just like, I think I know her.
So figured I'd bring in a Bard Rock network character for this. Yeah, so she brings you into this library that looks like it's got an area that people can sit down and have coffee or tea while they're reading, and it's kind of vast. I'm sure Nadir will lose his shit if he ever saw this room. She leads you to the area, she kind of pushes the tables away, and she's like, is it alright if I cast a spell on you? This probably will make it a little easier. It won't hurt, I don't think.
I mean, I'm cool with that. And Brock also
Right.
thinks to himself, this is the 4th biggest library I've seen in the last month. Because I just keep encountering giant libraries.
They are places of knowledge. She'll go ahead and she has a staff and sort of waves it over you, and she's going to cast the astral protection spell on you. So you find yourself in the astral plane in this library, in between realms, and in front of you is you.
Oh, shit, that's right. This is where you live.
Oh, you're here. Been a while since we've gotten to talk face to face.
I mean, there was that, like, maze of mirrors thing that that those Quiglings put us in, like, literally yesterday, but yeah, I guess.
Oh. I didn't realize that.
I mean, it was still, like, an abstract dream thing. I don't think it counts.
Fair enough.
Yeah, well, I think at the time we settle our differences, because fate has chosen not me, not you, both of us, to save the multiverse or some shit, and I don't think we can do this separately. I think we need to do it together.
I mean, if you just let me take the wheel, I think we'd be fine.
See, you say that, but I let you take the wheel not 2 hours ago, and you promised the entire material plane to Lulth, which I kind of get what you're going for. Like, yeah, it's a problem we can deal with later, but, like, that feels like a consult the group kind of thing, and I feel like you kind of went rogue on it.
This is such an interesting challenge for me. Because I want to respond like how you would respond, and I'm trying to think of how that would be. This is interesting.
Via, seeing you two settling into a conversation, will go into the corner, pull out one of the chairs that she had pushed to the side, sit down, pull out a book, and open it up to start reading. Let me know if you need me to intervene at any point, or when you're done.
I try to put my hand to my side of my mouth and go, he definitely can't kill me like this, right?
She looks up, thinks for probably way too long.
Roll waits expectantly.
Do you want the actual answer to that question?
Yes.
Do both of you want the actual answer to that question?
I'd rather know for sure how much danger I'm in. We can cross whether or not I'm in danger where we come to it.
I'm in danger.
Let's just say, you are kind of not you right now, so yes, but no, but also yes.
Well, here's the deal. You're in charge right now. If I kill the body, that's kind of a problem for both of us.
That's true. I'm not sure which one of us Inky is attached to, or both. I don't want to go on a killing spree that may or may not include the one of us that survives.
Crap, would Inky be here too with you?
Oh, God. Do we just have to take care of Inky?
Inky's just laying like a dog in the corner, curled up in a little ball, chewing on the T-bones from the steak I gave it earlier.
This is just not... I've seen a picture of what Kenny described Inky as. I can't picture this as a dog.
Kenny and I had a conversation about rebranding Inky now that he is in Brock's control, and for the sake of him not being a murderous killing T-1000, I've rebranded him as a really big, disobedient dog.
Okay. I was like, this is insane behavior.
Also, I know I told you about your spiritual alpaca, but if your weird dog eats any of my books, we're going to have different words.
Do any of your books have, like, viscera and stuff? Just my understanding, he mostly eats viscera.
There is a section that's dedicated to that.
Inky's tail starts waving.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Inky, power word sit. And he sits.
Power word sit.
Yeah, I have a very simple solution roll. And I know we talked about it in the past, and you said no. And I feel like you're probably still going to say no, but it feels like the time to ask. How about we both willingly submit to the spell ceremony and realign the dark and light between the two of us so that you and I can be better in sync? You'll be a little less, I think of the polite word for asshole, aggressive. And I will be a little less submissive.
Why would I want to do that?
I mean, you didn't used to always be this way. Don't you want to go back to the way you were?
Not really. I did what I had to protect you. You know, I don't have to tell you that Dad was an asshole.
You don't. And I don't think I've ever said, I'm sorry for you having to go through that, and for when you pushed back too hard and Dad told me to bury you and showed me how to, me doing it. That was wrong of me. The more I think about it, I feel responsible for what you ultimately became, and I want to make it right.
And how do you intend to do that? Just with a spell that's going to make everything better?
I mean, mechanically, I feel like somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 years of therapy would probably do it, but we don't have that kind of time. Does this count as therapy? I turned to the owlin that I just met. Like, does this count as therapy?
Would you like me to ask more questions so it feels like you're talking to a therapist? In a way,
That'd
sure.
help.
All right. 1 second, and she sort of like, her eyes start glowing, and she like snaps her fingers, and from the reaches of all of her books floats down a book. She's like, "Oh wow, your past was absolutely fucked up."
I also feel like she definitely just summoned How to Give Somebody Therapy for Dummies off the bookshelf.
Self-improvement for dummies.
Oh no, it's one of those self-improvement books by one of those alpha personality type people that just tells you
Maslow's
to
hierarchy of need for dummies.
Yeah, so she snaps her fingers, and all of a sudden, a book appears, glowing eyes, scans it super quickly, the pages fluttering by. Oh wow, your past was absolutely fucked. Why was your father like that?
That's a good question. Because Uncle Jazz is nothing like him. And I'm pretty sure that my grandparents are more like Uncle Jazz. My dad's like an outlier here.
I need a lore reminder. Is like most of the the Song family, are they all Kalashtar?
Yes, we are all Kalashtar. And Pop Song is the patriarch entirely because he was born first of the two Song sons of his generation.
Okay. How much do we know about like Brock's grandparents?
Not a lot. Brock only
Okay.
kind of knows his grandparents. Because they're old and retired and probably live in Neverwinter or some shit. You know, where everyone goes to retire, the cold place. What is the Forgotten Realms equivalent to Florida or
Well,
Arizona?
no, it's never winter.
Oh yeah, in town it's fine.
Never winter.
No, they retired to
just
Chul,
don't
actually.
leave.
It's basically like Forgotten Realms, Florida.
Baldur's Gate.
Exactly.
Via still holding the book. Roll. When you were younger, what do you think led you to change anything about who you are today? What got you here?
All right. Well, you know, we had a lot of trouble with Dad, and Brock over here was too chicken to do anything about it, so I stepped in, and I took the brunt of it, so he didn't have to.
Sounds challenging. I'm sorry you went through that.
Hmm.
Brock, what were your feelings back then? Why do you feel like you had to be submissive?
I was scared. At first it was because Dad was bigger and stronger than me. And obviously I was just this little kid that didn't know how to stand up for himself. Roll has these, like, I don't know how old quarry spirits are, like, on the astral plane. He has these years of experience on me, even though he was jammed in my little Kalashtar body. And when he said, hey, I'll take care of this, I did. And at first it was once, and then twice. And before you know it, I was 15 years old, and I still needed Roll to step in and do it because I just never learned how to fight for
It
myself.
also sounds challenging. It's important to learn how to handle oneself. Roll, is there a reason that you always felt like you had to step in, and that you never wanted to see Brock take charge and learn?
I guess I just, at some point, figured that I was the capable one, and I would have to do it forever.
And that's when Dad told me to lock him away.
Oh, yikes, that sucks.
Dad decided, even though he respected Roll, because Roll was the strong one, Roll was the capable one, he didn't like that Roll didn't do what he was told. I did.
And you didn't think that this was I'm sorry, I'm trying to be a therapist, but this is hard. Oh, you didn't think to question your father?
I was scared. I never learned how to fight him. He said to do it. I tried all the legitimate ways. I remember when I was a kid, I went to one of the guards after he gave us a particularly bad licking, and I said, my father did this to us. And the guard said, okay, show me your father. And, well, I didn't realize, my dad is in good with the guards. And they're like, oh, this is your father. Well, have a good day, Mr. Song. I didn't know what to do because anyone I reached out to for help besides Roll didn't do anything. And I didn't feel like I could handle it myself. So when Dad said, hey, you're going to do this or I'm going to make you pay, I did it because I was scared. I was sure if I just listened to him, if I just continued to comply, he would treat me with more kindness.
That's the problem with bullies, right? They take, and even if you give them what they want, they don't exactly meet you anywhere. They just continue to push. Sounds like your father's an absolute bully.
Yeah, he is. Well, to me, anyway. He always spared love.
Your brother, that's right.
Yes, my brother, the one who can't do anything wrong, the one that isn't weird, the one that's not different, the one that is going to be the upstanding man, the one that my father chose to actually supplant me as the future patriarch of our family.
Ro, why exactly do you feel like the only solution to the problem you've currently encountered is the one that you've proposed already?
For, like, the, deal with Lolth? Okay. Well, what other option do we have? We're running out of time. The planes are collapsing. Like, there's just no way around that. We have to make deals with who we can. We have to make alliances with who's powerful. And that's that, really. These guys are doing a fine job and all, but there's just not enough time.
Do you feel like, in a way, by constantly taking over for Brock and not allowing him to learn from mistakes, even ones that might be at risk of all of the planes, it's a little bit like your father?
I would like Via to roll for psychic damage.
I was gonna say, yeah. I was like, do I do something mean here?
You can
Do
try.
I get to be mean? What's a psychic damage thing?
You're a ghost. I don't know if you can physically interact with Via.
I cast Vicious Mockery.
You feel like as soon as that happens, there's like a length of a cord that she pulls from the chronal sphere, and the Vicious Mockery is turned around on both of you. Play nice.
Ow.
Sync those up together. We just say ow at the same time.
She's a chronal wizard, in case you couldn't tell. Good fucking luck.
I love
Fucking shape time.
chronology.
And space.
The irony of telling a
Right.
time wizard we don't have enough time.
That's not how the timelines work.
Let's see. What was the last thing that was said before we got off on a tangent?
Do you feel like that you're actually acting like your father
Oh.
by doing what you're doing?
Shit.
It's okay, Roll. Like, Dad made you what you are. That's why I'm asking you for a chance for me to help fix it. Like, I made a lot of this wrong, but I can only make it right if you'll let me.
I was just so tired of seeing you get hurt. I don't want that to happen anymore.
And I appreciate that. I've always been the weak one. I've always been the coward. I was talking to Leo, and he's telling me how you defeated Zugtamoy, or oh hey, you defeated Sirik, I defeated Malik kind of, but like Baragon kind of finished him off, as I understand it. But yeah, we fought all these big heavy hitters, but every single time I'm scared, and I'm scared of what's going to happen, and the thought that I'm responsible, or even we are responsible for the fate of the multiverse, it makes my throat clench up. And I know I can't face this without you. But I think without me as your conscience, I think you might make decisions you'll regret. I think that a world run by Lulth after we save the multiverse might be just as bad, if not worse, as the multiverse collapsing on its own.
May I ask for a persuasion check?
You may.
Hey folks, we just want to take a break from the action to let you know how you can support the show. As part of Bard Rock Network, you can support us through a number of affiliate programs where a portion of your order goes to support the network. Everybody loves dice, right? Fan Roll Dice make dice of all shapes and sizes, as well as accessories like trays, bags and towers. Or maybe you want to take better campaign notes. Just check out Minver RPG and look at their assortment of campaign journals and tools. Finally, you can level up your game night with tea or coffee from Many Worlds Tavern. In addition to delicious tea and coffee, they have stickers, tokens for your favourite trading card games, and playmats. Qualifying orders even come with free dice. All those affiliate links can be found in the show notes, and you just need to use the code BardRockCafe at checkout to save on your order.
Most folks don't realize it, but the world is ripe with monsters. And when you have a monster problem, you need someone who is smart.
I came over here, I saw that there was a crime scene, I figured, I'd park here on the
Crime scene. Brave.
It's just not our fight. We just honk the horn, everybody dissipates, and we just ride away.
And qualified.
If nobody is going to assist David with this, he is going to pull out his nunchucks.
Who gave him those nunchucks?
Van Helmen's family is none of those things, but they're the best we've got, so check them out on Monster Cafe. Available now wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
All right. 12 plus, I think, 13 or 18? 13. So that's 25.
Ooh, the DC was 40. Actually, no, I'm kidding.
I mean, you could probably roll something opposed.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide what that would be.
You have advantage on any wisdom-based checks because we are Kaleshtar.
Oh. I feel like I didn't take any good proficiencies. Survival. Interesting.
Yes.
Okay,
Roll
do
opposed
I have anything I can
survival.
add to
This is
this?
an instinct.
Other than just +3. Are your like skill proficiencies all like this, where you just have like a couple that are +13, the rest of them are all like +3?
I mean, I have a couple that are like in between. Like my insight is +8.
Maybe I just built this incorrectly. That's a 11.
Not a saving throw. I was gonna say give yourself guidance. You can't on a saving throw. If it's a skill check, though, you can, because...
Oh, it was survival check.
Yeah, so, yeah, give yourself guidance.
Well, I got an 11. I mean, I don't think that's going to bump me up to 25.
You got an 11 at advantage?
Yeah, well, the other die just, like, did a 50-50 grind on my dice tray and is on the floor
You can just roll
somewhere,
the other die
so.
again. That's how it
No! That's lower, so it's
No.
fine.
No, that's what we do. That's what in most actual play shows call cocked. You get to re-roll it.
Yeah, you
gotta honor the cock.
You gotta honor the cock.
This is a D20.
That feels like Brock's life
reference.
motto.
This is This is a D20 reference that I think only two of us here get.
Yes.
It's very funny though. I'll show it to you later.
So 11, or did you re-roll it?
Yeah, it was an 11. Well, the reroll was lower, so it's an 11. I'm trying to think of what to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna say here, just chiming in as a DM, it's not gonna be a one and done especially for the years of this that has been built up between the two of them. I'm gonna call it best of 3 just for time's sake, but I mean I don't even know if 3 really covers it, but we've got 1 of 3, so. Right. Well, what do you have to say about that?
Just yeah.
You two are in this space for all intents and purposes, all of the good and bad. Duke it out. What's going on? What's really on your mind?
Don't tell him to duke it out. He's gonna hit me.
And you're an astral spirit right now. Get over it. You've got to toughen
Fireball.
up. That's this whole problem, right?
It's just easier if I do it myself. I'll just take care of it myself, and it'll be fine. You don't need to worry about it.
If you really thought that doing it yourself was the answer, then why have you've sought allies? You sought the biggest, baddest ally you could find. You made a deal with Lulf. You don't think you can do this yourself any more than I can. Do you mean you think you can do it without me?
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting here like, oh shit.
Pull deep down within yourself, Marty. Be mean. Be mean.
I know. I'm trying my best. I don't.
Literally a day ago, Epi said, "Get me the fuck out of here. Give me my own body." Brock Roll does exactly think that.
You know what? I do think that. I think you've made yourself soft over all this time. I've had to step in for you when it mattered most. You know, those drow at the tournament were gonna... Who was it? Brock's mom?
Yeah. And when the push came to shove, Brock asked Roll for help. Because Brock didn't know what to do. You know what? I was wrong to want to rely on you. I want you, part of this is, I want you to make me stronger, but not because you're doing it for me. If we do this, maybe I can pick up some of your fighting spirit. Maybe I can learn to fight for myself. Maybe we can work together instead of taking turns.
Let's do another
Yeah, I was
check.
gonna say, unless there's another retort that you have, I think that's a good place for another check.
That's 15 on the die for a 28.
I'm gonna roll deception here.
Oh, that's a good call.
Okay, that seems fair.
That is 18 plus 13
Ooh.
for 31.
Sounds right. Oh, jeez.
31. That's just it. You asked me for help when the drow had mom because you were too weak to take it on yourself. As always, I'm here to pick up your mess.
You think I don't feel some sort of shame or guilt that I've asked for your help, that I'm asking you now to let me try and learn to fight for myself? I know I'm a coward. I know that I am weak. I don't want to be anymore. I faced Dad at that awful meeting with the name of our family, the people, the Ralnar family. You know, I was the one that faced the Avatar at death. I was minutes from death. That terrified me. But in the moment where I knew what that thing was and I knew I had to survive, I also said to myself, Roll's not going to fight this battle for you. You need to do it. Push came to shove, I can fight. I just need to learn not to be afraid to.
I think for this next check, I would like to stealthily give Brock a bardic inspiration. I don't want to make a big flavorful deal out of it, but I think just the moment of realization for both of them that it's not a matter of cleaning up the mess or Brock needing to step up. It's a matter of working together to be stronger as a whole. I think resonates with Roll in a profound way, and I'll give Brock a D10 of bardic inspiration on this persuasion check.
All right, cool. I happen to already have a D10 now because I have the D100s out. 14 plus 6 is 20, and we said persuasion. We're sticking with that one.
For now.
Yeah.
That is a 33.
Okay.
Sweet.
I feel like this is an opposed persuasion, actually.
I think I agree, but I think I'm going to do mine with disadvantage.
That's fair.
That is a natural 1.
Ooh. Can you roll me 2 D100s, please?
That was a 12 and a 1. So let's see. Which dice do I want to use for this? We'll do watermelon. Actually, I got the orb. Where's the orb?
The orb.
The orb sees all. Hopefully this will pick up on Mike.
If we had more turnaround time, I would have mailed you Roll's dice.
Okay, 17 and 100 on the dot.
Ooh. I don't think I've ever gotten 100. I've gotten 1 and 2 before. I've never gotten 100.
This one's interesting. They are both technically good. But this one I like more. You cast Enhance ability on your favorite creature within range.
Via. Just kidding.
Inky.
Inky.
Inky is now very charismatic.
Wow. Yeah, we'll do. we'll do Brock because I feel for all of the baggage and everything that comes with Roll. It comes from a place of understanding and caring for Brock.
I mean, you are one creature, basically.
At least I'd like to hope so.
There's a lot of resentment there, but there is also like this literal attachment there. Like, we've been through everything together, as hard as we try to face it separately.
So yeah, you get enhanceability, I guess.
Which I think might already technically be active, isn't it?
I mean, we had the option to cast it. We never technically did. I wasn't gonna just start powering up like, okay, let me go Super Saiyan on this conversation on you, Roll. I thought he might take that as a sign of aggression if I just cast a spell on myself to be better at arguing with him. Roll technically has to choose a skill check that I have advantage on. Charisma is the implied one.
I guess charisma, yeah.
Like, no strength checks. We're gonna arm wrestle for this.
Listen, I said duke it out. Come on.
Fight for my amusement.
That's how therapy
that works for some people,
right?
I'm
just
sure.
fight. Just physically fight each other. That's therapy for me, at least, maybe.
Oh, Shard the therapist has now stepped into the chat.
Go listen to Agents of Damned. Yeah, I think the spell kind of goes off, and I don't know how it would like manifest in Brock, but like seeing him stand like a little taller and carry himself a little, higher. Roll kind of sighs and says, "Not bad. Not bad at all. Fine. We'll do it your way."
The part where we get cleansed, or are we talking more strategically like a plan? Because I don't have a plan at this juncture, but I'm willing to work on it.
Well, we can do this like ceremony thing or whatever you want to do, but Lolth is still my plan B for sure.
I feel like we can work on that. I think that we just need to amend the plan to, like, I like what you said to her. 'Cause Roll did leave the door open for Brock to listen to this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, I'm not saying, like, we're kind of like fingers crossed hoping Lolth will die. I think it's like, oh, hey, let's, like, as long as our interests aligned, we are not enemies. But the second the multiverse is saved, if Lolth is still standing, then we'll fight her, better or worse. I'm not against that plan. Like,
Well, we do have two like gods in training at this point.
hey, let's not mention that to her, because then she might pluck up their god balls.
Ew, I didn't like that.
Can I cast Gab? Get Gab on someone else.
I never said. I love that spell so much. I never said that.
I'd like to forget the words that just came out of your mouth.
The number of times I've needed that because our DM has said, oh, hey, that thing you did is a bit. It's a thing we're going to resolve in
That's
character.
real now.
It's like, oh, no, I was making what the fans will call a joke.
We're yes-anding too close to the sun.
So it sounds like you guys have reached an agreement.
For now.
Yeah, I think so. Now we just need somebody to cast ceremony. Lil said he could do it. It's almost a shame that Love's not here to like do it, because I think Love would love to see us reconcile.
Oh, you wish. All right. Sounds good.
Might just cast Wish to make them here.
She has it.
Is Vi at 20th level?
Yeah, she is. Listen,
Damn!
I wasn't gonna let you kill my wizard. Absolutely not. I didn't know how this was gonna go.
Fair enough.
Oh, you wish. All right. She snaps her fingers, and suddenly your brother appears.
With a little slime monster on his shoulder. And the little slime monster's holding this big honking book. You're in the right place for a book. Yeah, and Buck makes some like chittery noises. He says it's for us, but not right now. Librarian person, can you hold on to that until my main dungeon master says we need it?
Sure, it will be safe.
There, that plot thread's resolved. Muck, my baby boy.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, this one,
Great.
keep him off of my books too.
We banish him. He has a pocket dimension now, according to Kenny. So he is in the pocket dimension Fairy hides in, but for us.
You just get a Lemure familiar.
Yep. Also, he's an awoken Lemur. He can speak common now.
Oh, good for him.
Because he got the awaken spell from Istis in the miniseries that will have concluded by the time this airs.
I'm so proud of him. Our little boy is growing
Yeah,
up.
Love's now here, and I think at that point we can hand it back over to the main DM. So Vaya will go ahead and she will end her concentration on the spell. You guys plop down back into the material plane again, or I guess actually in this case the Feywild. And Kenny, you can take it from here.
I mean, Too Long didn't read Love casts ceremony, and we will resume. I'm guessing based on how Kenny DMs, we're gonna be like the next morning. So this is what we did before we went to bed.
That was a pretty good impression.
I have known him for 15 years.
I think that worked okay.
This has been Brock chewing scenery with the help of 2 other people.
Thank you for checking out our show. As a reminder, we are part of Bard Rock Network, who you can support by checking out our sponsor, Dragon Master Games. Support a local game store, get yourself some TTRPG essentials, and help the network produce more excellent content. It really makes a difference.
Our show and all the other shows on Bard Rock Network wouldn't be possible without the support of people like you on our Patreon and Ko-fi. That's why we like to thank supporters who pledge above a certain tier at the end of network productions. This month's top supporters are Sarah, Queen, Viralore, and Paul. Thank you all so much for supporting the network. If you want to get shoutouts and other rewards, pledge on our Patreon or Ko-fi today. Links in the show notes.